Okay, so thank you for joining me. I am super excited to see you guys tonight. I'm Melissa Kramer, for anybody who I haven't seen face to face yet. And I wanted to talk to you for a little bit tonight about consistency. We're also going to do some question and answer about the new Slim and just a couple of administrative type things at the very end of the call. So as you're on the call, if you have questions, feel free to add them to the chat and I'll answer them at the end. If you know you didn't tell me in advance questions that you have about the new Slim, feel free to add that and I'll do my best to answer those as well. So you might wonder why I want to talk about consistency. It's something I've talked about before. Why are we talking about it again? And the main reason is because it's like one of the most important things we can do is being consistent. Not only do we have to be consistent with our products ourselves, taking the products, but we also have to be really consistent in this business. Consistency is key, and you'll probably find that in most everything in life. You know, whether it's parenting or whether it's dealing with pets or whether it's dealing with coworkers or just getting your job done, whatever it is you do, going to school, consistency is really important. You have to show up every day or you're not going to get paid. You have to, stick with the rules that you make for your kids or they're going to run all over you. You have to everything needs consistency. It's really, really important, but it's not always easy, right? Sometimes being consistent is the hardest part about Plexus. It's, I love the products and they really work, but man, if I could just remember to take them every day. I love the business and I really like when I post and people, comment, but gosh, I can't remember to actually post every day. That consistency is where a lot of us get hung up. So I wanted to give you some tips. So if you're taking notes, it's going to be pretty simple and straightforward. We're going to talk about consistency with our products, and then we're going to talk about consistency with our business. Hold, please. My dog is scratching at my door. Dog, I swear. Hurry up. First she wanted out right before I started. Now she wants back in. Whatever. Okay, sorry. So consistency with products. You have to be drinking your Slim every single day, right? The only way that product is going to work is if you drink it. And the only way it's really going to work its best is if you're drinking it within 30 minutes of shaking it up and mixing it up. So don't make it the night before and then drink it sometime the next day. Don't sip on it all day. It's like sipping on a Tylenol. Tylenol would never be effective if we crushed it up and just took a tiny little sip, or a tiny little taste all day. A Tylenol is effective because you do the whole thing at once, and so is our Slim. So consistently taking that Slim every single day is super important. Taking your morning and your evening capsules. If you're doing something like the X Factor vitamin, you might take a couple of capsules every morning. If you're doing ProBio 5 and BioCleanse, you might take some at night, but every single day, set yourself up for success. So what might that look like for those products? For me, I keep a few sticks of Slim in my purse, and I keep my ProBio 5 and my BioCleanse by my bedside. So I always go to bed with water because I wake up thirsty sometimes in the middle of the night or certainly thirsty in the morning. And so it's very simple for me to see them before I go to bed and take them. I've set myself up for consistency. I typically am home when I drink my Slim, but I have some in a little baggie in my purse in case I'm not. Especially with this new Slim, so easy to do anywhere with any kind of water, cold, doesn't matter. And so set yourself up for success having some. If you go to work every day and that's where you do it, leave some Slim at work, but leave some at home for the weekends. Leave them in your purse or don't leave them in a hot car. So if you live in Florida, you can't leave them in the car, but if you live in Wisconsin for a little while longer, maybe you can leave a few in the car. You don't want them to get overheated though. It's important that you are consistent in going to the bathroom. Seriously. You have to take enough BioCleanse that you're going to the bathroom 1 to 2 times every single day. So if, I tell a lot of people, just for simplicity, start with 2 ProBio, 2 BioCleanse at bedtime. That's what I do. It's very simple for me to remember. But if my bathrooming becomes inconsistent, then I need to add more BioCleanse in during my day. So maybe if I've noticed I didn't go in the morning when I normally do, then I'm going to incorporate a little more BioCleanse into my life that day, and maybe for a few days if I need to. It can vary. Going to the bathroom can vary on what you're eating. It can vary on the time of the month. It can vary on all kinds of, how much water you're drinking. That's the next thing we're going to talk about. All of that lends to consistency. But if you see that you're inconsistently going to the bathroom, do something about it. Change it up. Change up how you take that BioCleanse. And drinking water is huge. I hope you've heard this before, but you're supposed to be drinking half your body weight in ounces of water. And that's not a Plexus thing. That's like a general nutrition thing. So if you're talking to any nurse or any doctor who really values holistic nutrition, they're going to tell you you need to be drinking half your body weight in ounces of water every day. So as an example, for simplicity, if you weigh 120 pounds, half of that is 60. 60 ounces is how much you should be drinking a day. So it's like 60 ounces up to 100. 100 ounces is pretty much the limit for everybody. We don't want to be waterlogged, but you can drink anywhere between 60 and 100 ounces. But you want to hit that half of your body weight in ounces every day. So if that's a challenge for you, and it is for me some days, set reminders in your phone. Set reminders in your phone to drink your pink drink if it's not at a time that it's just easy and natural for you. I set reminders in my phone for all kinds of stuff. I mean, I have a lot of reminders in my phone, and that's fine. It's not a big deal that I can't remember it on my own. That's all right. My phone is right with me all the time, and so if it has to remind me to drink water and take my Slim and pick up my kids and, whatever else I have to be reminded of, that's okay. At least I'm setting myself up for that consistency. So drink your water. And then the last thing, just because we're talking about products, it's not really a consistency thing, but I'm going to throw it in there anyway, is think before you eat and drink. The biggest thing with these products is they're going to change the way you feel. They're going to change what you crave. If you don't crave that glass of wine at night, don't drink it. If you don't crave that chocolate, if you've heard my story ever, I ate fists full of M&Ms every single day with no shame. And I started to realize these don't really taste very good, and I really don't crave them anymore. So I stopped eating them. One of the biggest flaws or issues that people have sometimes is that they just keep drinking that Diet Coke even though it doesn't taste as good. And they really don't want it, but they've always drank it, so they keep drinking it. You have to listen to your body. And the consistency of taking those products is going to help you to see, oh gosh, I really don't like bread as much as I used to. I don't like a big bowl of pasta as much as I used to, whatever it is, and be willing to make that change. So that kind of had to just go in there with the products. But the consistency of taking your products also affects your business because people are going to see results and you're going to feel results. It's so much easier to talk about something when you're passionate about it. And it's so much easier to be passionate about these products when you're taking them every day and you're seeing the benefit. Even I took 9 weeks before I ever lost a single pound on Plexus. And to some extent, I had kind of gone into it for weight loss. I mean, who doesn't want to lose a few pounds, right? I mean, I wanted energy, really, really wanted energy, but I was looking forward to weight loss. But it took me 9 weeks. I had really a messed up little body. And, the consistency of taking the products led me to realize oh man, there's so much more to these products than weight loss. And it was very easy for me to passionately share with people. And it still is 3 years later, very easy for me to passionately share with people because of that consistency. With that consistency, I saw what these products could do. I feel every day what these products do. And so it just flows out of me when I talk to people that I love Plexus because I do. And if I weren't consistently taking them and I weren't seeing those benefits, then it would be a lot harder. It wouldn't be natural. I wouldn't be able to just be like, oh my gosh, I wake up feeling amazing every morning, because I wouldn't, right? Because I wasn't being consistent. So the more you're taking the products and you feel what the products do, the more passionately you're just naturally going to be able to share. You're naturally going to want your family to try it. You're going to want your best friend to try it. You're going to want your husband or your wife to try it because you feel so good. So that just flows out of you naturally. With the business, talking about consistency, it's super important that you're sharing with everyone. But one of the easiest ways we can do that is sharing on social media. It's been proven that it works. When I started, I not jokingly, said to my husband, okay, we signed up. Now you're the salesman. Go out and do whatever it is you people do. I'm not doing this. And he was like, no. You signed up. This is your gig. You figure out how to do it. And so I kind of took a deep breath and I was like, okay. And I made a post and I hit send and I walked away because I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to have a heart attack or vomit right now. Like, I can't even believe I just did this. But I did. And nobody unfriended me that I noticed. And it wasn't a big deal. I made a huge deal of it in my head and nobody thought anything of it. And I just consistently kept doing that. And I'll tell you, the more you post on social media, the more you won't even think twice. At this point, I couldn't care less what somebody else thought. Honestly, I know I have something amazing that I am sharing with others. You get one person feeling better that you've helped, and you'll never care what anybody says. I have people that tease me, very few and far between. Actually, a really good friend who just does it because I think that's just his personality. And it's totally fine because I know I'm changing lives and I couldn't care less. But that consistency of posting makes it easier to post. The consistency of posting makes it easier for me to share about my life because I'm so used to doing it. It makes it easier for me to share my journey. It makes it easier for me to share other people's stories. It makes it easier to ask people to join me in this because that's a huge part of this too. They kind of talk about sharing on Facebook as my door is open. Think about owning a brick and mortar business, a shop that someone would walk into. You wouldn't just turn the lights on and unlock the door. Those are important things, right? You have to turn the lights on. You have to unlock the door every single day or nobody can come in. But that's not all you do. And so with Plexus, that posting on Facebook is that opening your business. It's saying, hey, I'm still here. Hey, I'm still doing this. I'm really loving this. Come in, talk to me, ask me questions. And then the other things we do are in addition to that to continue to grow our business. So what might that be? For me and for many on our team, it's consistently, daily reaching out to new people. I reach out to my family and friends. And like at a time like right now, I might say to them, hey, have you heard about this new pink drink that has prebiotics in it? I am so excited. People are having amazing results. I'd love to tell you more. Super simple. That's it. I might say, hey, Jenny, hey, Sally, hey, whoever. And then something really simple to just see if they'll have a conversation with me. Or, oh my gosh, I know that you have migraines and you've struggled for years. Listen, I have a friend who's doing Plexus and she doesn't have migraines anymore. Or I know you struggle with sleep and I'm actually sleeping through the night now. I'd love to tell you more. I found something amazing. Just something simple that makes them realize that you care. You care about them personally. You care about their health. You care about their finances. Hey, Jenny, I know we've talked before about the fact that you're struggling to pay for your daughter's ballet classes. I've found a really cool work from home business. I'd love to tell you more. It might be perfect for you. And then you just talk to them about it. You tell them, or you get your upline, or you get one of us, whoever, into a conversation with them. If you feel like, well, I could do that, but I don't know what to say, then you ask somebody else to step into that conversation with you. You ask somebody to get in a 3-way message on Facebook. You ask somebody to get in a 3-way call. You get on Zoom like this. This is free for all of you. You now have an account. You get somebody on Zoom, super easy, for up to 40 minutes for free. And just chit chat, just let somebody share their story. Third-party validation is huge. Use the stories that are out on Facebook. Use the stories that are, on video. Use all the tools in your back office because that third-party validation is huge. And the biggest part of the business that you have to be so intentional about. So if you're not listening to me at all, tune in right now. Right now. Follow up is huge. You cannot grow this business if you are not willing and able to follow up with someone. So reaching out once is fantastic, but if you never follow up with them, you've totally missed the mark. Sending a sample is amazing, but if you never follow up to see if they tried it and they liked it, then you're missing the mark. You're completely missing it, and you're missing huge ways that you can change people's lives. I have friends who've joined me 3 years later. I actually had 2 or 3 join me in the last 6 weeks who I've been talking to for 3 years, some of whom had literally ignored my posts and my comments, like my messages to them about anything about Plexus for like 3 years, but they had reached out to me, or I knew that they really needed these products or this business. And now was the time. It was their time. It had nothing to do with me. It had nothing to do with our friendship. It had nothing to do with Plexus, really. It just wasn't the right time for them. Now, I've had other people I followed up with and they join or they order the next day, you know. But you probably have had the same experience. If you want to do something and it just kind of falls off your radar, you've got a lot of other things going on. You know, you've got the kids and activities and whatever, you know, going on with work and business, and just life is crazy. And if somebody reaches back out to you, you're like, oh yeah, I kind of did want to do that. Okay, I'm really going to focus on that. And then maybe you do, or maybe it wanders off out of your brain again and they have to follow back. You know, it's just the way of life. It's not anything against you. They don't dislike you. You can't take it personally. Follow-up is huge. In sales statistics, I'm not a salesperson. I'm an accountant by trade. My husband is a salesperson, though, and so I've learned a lot from him. In sales statistics, they say that you have to follow up with someone 8 to 12 times. Did you hear that? 8 to 12 times before they do something. That's crazy to me. Like, and I'm actually an impulsive person. Like, if I want to do something, I will do it. That's the end of it. Like, it's going to happen. But most people are not like that. Most people need to hear about something 8 to 12 times before they're going to do it. So you have to think about that. You have to think about when you're following up and how often you're following up, and are you following up? Because if you don't, somebody else will. At some point, someone else is going to tell your friend or your mom or your sister or brother or aunt or cousin about Plexus. And because you never told them, they will find it someday from someone else. You know, and it feels great to be the one that helps somebody get better. You know, it feels great to be the one that helps somebody not have to go to the hospital all the time or get off multiple medications or off narcotic meds. And once you start doing that, it's addictive to be able to help people, for sure. So that's huge. Some other easy, simple tips I kind of wanted to throw in there just because we're talking about the business. Those are the big consistency. You have to reach out every day. You have to post every single day. You have to follow up consistently. Those are huge in your business. Some other little tidbits, just because we're talking about the business real fast. Easy things you can do to grow a business. Intentionally drink your pink drink in front of people. I do it all the time. If I'm going to be going somewhere, that's the time I'm going to drink my pink drink. And I'm going to do it in one of my many Plexus water bottles. I drink water in that thing all day, everywhere I go. The PTO meeting, it goes right out on top of the table. You know, anything at my kid's school, it goes right out there. Wear swag. Buy a Plexus hat. Buy a Plexus shirt. Put a little decal on your car. Lots of ways that people will just get that like subliminal message about what you're doing. You know, even simple things on Facebook saying, man, it feels good to wake up feeling great every morning. That's it. You didn't actually say anything about Plexus, but people are going to be like, what is she doing that now she feels good waking up every morning? She used to complain about waking up every day, you know, and then all of a sudden you're not. People are going to notice, you know, man, it feels good to be back in the gym again. You know, oh my gosh, I just ran 2 miles. Who knew I could do that? You don't even have to say Plexus every single time to make an impact and make people wonder, like, what is she doing? What's going on with her? And other real quick things, attend trainings and events. We do this every Monday night, so you can be here. We do different topics every week, and then spend time learning. The best thing I ever did to grow my own business and take responsibility and ownership of my business is to find time, typically when folding laundry, cooking dinner, or even in the shower, just crank up the volume as high as I can and listen to trainings. When I'm driving in my car, when it used to be driving my son to a doctor's appointment, or driving over to the school or whatever, listening to trainings. There's bazillions and bazillions of YouTube videos out there on anything you could ever want to know, anything you're fearful of doing, even just on fear. Gosh, I feel fearful of sharing. I feel fearful of succeeding. I'm afraid of failure. I'm afraid of whatever. You can put that in YouTube and you will find people talking about it specific to Plexus or just in general. Lots and lots of great stuff out there for that. So consistency is key. It's like seriously the most important thing that you can do. And so hopefully you'll take some of those tips and run with them. And that's the end of that. I know there were a few questions, so I'm going to go with the questions that I have in front of me first, and then please do comment if you have questions. Die-off. I know I did a video a couple days ago on my team page about die-off. Die-off means that toxins in your body are being released. So when we talk about like ProBio5 and BioCleanse, we talk about the fact that ProBio5 kills off yeast and fungus in your body. And then the BioCleanse helps to flush that from your body. Drinking lots of water will help to flush that from your body as well. But when that yeast and fungus dies, it's uncomfortable because it's actually sometimes going to make you feel worse for a little while before you feel better, because dead toxins actually are almost more toxic than living toxins. So when we kill them, we need to flush them quickly. And so you may or may not, with the new Slim, feel that same die-off type thing. So what can that look like? For some of us, no names particular, it might have looked like with the new Slim specifically, gas and constipation. It might look like bloating. It might look like weight gain for some. Some people will gain 3 or 4 pounds in the very beginning because it's that bloating, it's that holding of water and holding, if you have constipation, it's the holding of stool and whatever. Your body's just adjusting. It's just got to get used to what's going on with it, and it's killing off toxins. It's weird to think of it this way, but it's so true. It's a really good thing when you have die-off. So I know it's uncomfortable and it's unpleasant, and you might get reflux, you might get really sleepy. You might have great energy one day and be really sleepy the next day. And you're like, what the heck's going on? Like, I felt amazing yesterday and now I feel crappy today. And then you might feel amazing tomorrow. It's just your body getting balanced, your body getting used to it, but it's working. That's really great. It means something is changing in your body. And so it can be working with no die-off. I don't know who that person is, so congratulations to you if you haven't had any die-off. That's never me. But, when I get uncomfortable with a new product or changing a product, I kind of get happy about it because I'm like, okay, something new's happening here. Something different's about to happen in my body. And sure enough, that's been true for me. My die-off lasted about 5 to 7 days. And it just kind of ebbed and flowed. I had different things in the very beginning. I had kind of more the gas constipation issues. And then I had a couple days where I was really tired, which I thought was so weird because I had amazing energy in the beginning. And then that balanced out. And now I'd say about day 10 and on, I haven't had anything, no symptoms at all. And about day 12, I got on the scale and I had lost some weight. So I was like, well, that was worth it. My body's changing again. So that's really a good thing. But if you're curious if something is die-off, then look up die-off symptoms. Truly Google it and you can see. There's a huge, huge, huge list. But it's really anything uncomfortable going on in your body. The reflux, the indigestion, the bathroom issues. It can even be, and I had acne on my whole jawline, which was so weird. Just this tiny little pimples all up and down my jawline, which I haven't had in like 3 years since I started Plexus. But to me, I'm like, okay, it's worth it. Like, this is going to pass. This stuff needs to get out, then it needs to get out. And I'm going to feel that much better for it. I think those were the cravings can change. I knew there was one more somebody had asked me about. Cravings can change. Your cravings and your metabolism can go up. You can get hungrier in the very beginning. You can crave things that you hadn't been craving before in the very beginning. It's just a process. Some things you can do to overcome that quickly. Vitamin C is huge. You can take up to 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C a day. You can drink lots of water. You can drink lemon water. And then if it's really terrible, or if somebody's really sick and they start these products, sometimes we start them slower. So, if somebody tells you, oh my gosh, I can't even do this. My reflux with this is so horrible, I can't even eat. Then okay, step down and let's just do a half a Slim for a day, every day for a week. And then let's build up to 3/4. And then let's build up to 1. There are some people that, like, for me, it's like, suck it up, buttercup. I'm just going to push through. Like, I'm just going to go. But it depends on the person. Some people want to suck it up and push through and get through it. And then others really need to be slower about it. And you just have to know the person and talk to them. Hey, do you want to just push through this because it's going to be worth it? Or do you want me to get you into a spot where you're going slower with these products? And let them make that decision. When can we order new Slim is another question that I got. I don't 100% really know the answer to that, but I did see that we got an email tonight that said, we need to get those action packs and whatever that second, I can never remember what that other one's called. The second pack is called with the 2 Slims and the accelerator. They need to be ordered by tomorrow night. Tomorrow's the 23rd. And so they're saying that all of those need to be ordered by tomorrow. They've also still said that through tonight, they're still sending out, replacement packs. Thank you. They also said that through tonight, they're still sending out those emails. So everyone should have an email by tonight. And then tomorrow can place those orders. And if you don't see the email, go into your back office and check if you can get your replacement pack tomorrow. We are waiting on a final answer of whether tomorrow is legitimately the very last day. But my point is, if they're ending replacement packs tomorrow, some of us are thinking that by the 24th or 25th, the Slim is coming out for everyone. I can't say that's a guarantee. It's just a rumor throughout the jewels that, if they're ending it, then something else has to be coming next. You don't just end it with the replacement packs and go, okay, well, everybody, hope everybody's having a great time with this, with convenience orders coming out for the end of the month and everything. And we're pretty certain it's coming out soon. And so we'll know more then. So we really don't know for certain. We don't know for certain whether it's automatically going to become your convenience order or whether you'll have to go in and change it. My guess would be it will automatically become the convenience order for everyone, and they'd have to go back and change it to the old original Slim if they wanted, but I don't know that for sure. But as soon as we do know, we'll all know, and I'll let you know the minute I know. So for now, I would just say rest assured it's coming, and you don't need to worry. And I'm pretty darn sure they want it to come before convention. So, we leave for convention, many of us, Sunday and Monday. And so I would bet a pretty penny that this is all going to happen and roll out and everyone's going to know what's going on before Sunday when everybody's starting to travel and stuff for convention. Because 12,000, so 22,000? No, 12,000 of us are going to convention. And that includes every executive, every jewel liaison, every, person in corporate pretty much heads out there and works this event. So it'll happen before then, I'm sure. So I'm looking now. What do you do when no one but Plexus people are liking your posts? Totally doesn't matter. I wouldn't worry about it at all. That's very, very normal. It's a great question. Very normal. It's great that you have a few people liking and commenting on your posts. It boosts them up in your news feed. It helps other people see them. It helps people see that other people are doing what you're doing. Other people like what you're doing. It was probably at least a year into Plexus before anyone commented on one of my posts who wasn't a Plexus person. Honestly, a lot of people will private message you. A lot of people don't want people to know, or they just don't think of it as something to like. I've had people order who never even commented on anything, never even talked to me about Plexus. I've had people, comment and be like, I've been watching you for 2 years. And I'm like, really? Who'd have known? I don't think you've commented on anything of mine. It's totally fine. They are watching you. That's what matters. People are seeing what you're doing, whether they're commenting or not. So do not worry about that at all. They see it and they're thinking. And the more you vary up the types of things that you share, the more you share about other people, the more you share about yourself. They're watching all that, and something is going to grab them one day. Vicki Heinrich has said before, I was watching and all of a sudden Liza posted this post about somebody losing weight. And I thought, that's my thing. Like, today was the day that she thought, yes, weight loss will help me. It just happened to be her time in the right post, and that happens with all of us. For me, Adria is my upline, and she happened to post about a 3-day trial, and it was only $10. And I was like, oh, I'll try something for $10. I'm cheap. I'll try $10. And that was the thing for me. Something will grab people, and they'll end up messaging you. What are people doing with their new Slim if they have old Slim left? I am drinking the new Slim. I've heard some people are drinking both, mixing them together. I plan to keep some old Slim for in case I ever run out, or in case I, have some in my purse in case I run out of the other, or in case I need, whatever, want to give a sample to somebody. It's still a great product. It's still a product that changes lives. It's still something that somebody should want to try. So don't ever be afraid to tell somebody how great the Slim is and tell them all about it. And if all you had on you was an original, you could say to them, hey, I don't have any of the new Slim, but this is the original. It's amazing. I'd love for you to try it for a week or whatever. Or just keep them for yourself, or give them to your kids, or get your husband to start taking it if he's never taken it before. Or, at this point, if you have an entire bag, sell it to somebody. It's still an amazing product. They could start on the original Slim for 30 days and then roll right over into the new Slim, sometime in June. Customers still cannot get the new Slim, and they will get it after us. So there's still going to be a delay for them, I think. I don't know. And so I still am telling people how great Plexus is, because it's been a staple product that's been incredible for so many years. You still have a really great product. I have heard people who want to lose weight and want to lose a lot of weight, that they are doing too. So you could do a new Slim and an old Slim every day if you have it and you don't want to share it with someone in another way. Let me see. The prebiotic, if you're only taking the new Slim every other day, then you're only going to get the prebiotic help every other day. It's up to you. It's totally up to what you want to do. It's not going to hurt you. But yeah, like Liza said, her husband's drinking the old one and she's drinking the new one, and that's fine too. You guys are all just saying that. Okay. Original Slim will still be available for a while, not forever. I'm certain they're going to phase it out at some point. It would surprise me if it was still here in 2018, but we will see when they get rid of it. I would assume, and this is an assumption, I would assume they are not creating anymore. So I would assume that it will run out when whatever they have on hand runs out. That would be my assumption, nothing more. But I do know that it will be phased out, because this new one is incredible, and it is the way that we're going to be going into the future. We are holding off on doing another 7-day trial until we have new Slim and know it's available. We know that it is available in a 7-day trial packaging. So just because new Slim becomes available to us, or just because it becomes available to customers, until I actually physically see it in the back office and I can order one and I know we can receive them, that will be when we discuss a date for another 7-day challenge. So I hope that answers all of your questions. I did want to tell you one quick thing. We are going to be traveling to convention, 12,000 of us, next week. And so we are not going to do a live training of any kind next week, but I'll be sure to be giving lots of information coming from convention, which will be absolutely incredible. And I'll see many of you out there. So yay. So we won't do this next Monday night because I'll be traveling. So any other questions before we break? Okay, awesome. Well, thanks, guys. Have a good night, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.